Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas. Thank you all for being here. I'm not sure how many are here, and I'm not sure how many are coming because it's the holidays, but this is just our one chance to reach out to you on this holiday season and give you our love and thanks for being a part of the show all year round. And for those of you that aren't getting together with anybody tonight, well, then you got us, and you're not alone. And we're, it's all about getting together with family, right? And you guys are definitely part of our family. So welcome, everybody, one and all, and hope you're having a wonderful holiday season, whatever that means to you. And thank you for spending part of it right here with us. And those of you here that are here live, you're in for a good, a treat, I think, because we're going to do a couple giveaways later on in the show here as well. So if you like free stuff and you like, rolling the dice and seeing if it's your lucky night, then by all means stick around. We'd love to take part in that later on in the show, though. I'm not sure exactly when. We'll see. But we'll get into that later. But I am not here alone. I am joined by my first branch of my family tree, the branch that I started off of the root. You know what I'm saying? When I say my family tree, it's, of course, I got other branches that are on the tree, but this is my branch, and this is my first offshoot of that branch. And this, of course, is my son, Sheldon, is joining us tonight. So welcome, Sheldon. How you doing?
Hello, Merry Christmas Eve to all, and to all a good night. I'm your friendly co-host, Don Scruffbeard, here to fill in.
You're Sheldon 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
No, Don was going to be here, ladies and gentlemen, but he stopped in and said, look, it's been snowing all day here, and he had to go home to a whole mess. And nothing says fun like let's go home and dig shovelfuls of slushy ice until you can actually get up your own driveway. And that's what Don was heading towards. And of course, we feel bad for him that's how he got to spend his evening. But at the same case, he wanted us to, relay to you that he's really sorry he's not here in person, but wants to personally wish you all a wonderful, happy holiday season as well. So, Don, we love you as you're shoveling shovel loads of that frozen hell. Just know that we're with you in spirit.
Yes.
It's just not fun. Hi, Portal Mom. Happy Christmas Eve. Portal Mom's in here, and Rachel's here. Sandra's in here. Robin Moonshadow's here. Hello, everybody. Nathan is here. Nate, Linda Thomas, Ruger Ridge, Eliza. And it's great to see all of you. Rachel gets it right. Am I missing anybody? Digger Dog's in here. Wanda Erker. Let's see. I'm just going. Kirsten, how you doing, Kirsten? Good to see you. And Lady J Homestead is here. So that's the names that I can see so far. Just
I'm in there too.
Whatever. I already introduced you. Don't be a glutton.
Okay. All right.
Just a little bit of me time. Anyway.
No,
But
I'm kidding.
apparently there's nobody in the TFR chat tonight, so that's okay. But we are connected to Truth Frequency Radio, Truth TFR Live, as well as iHeart, TuneIn, and TalkStream Live. So there may be people wandering in, but I don't think I don't think Freaky Friday was live before us. So it doesn't surprise me because they usually set it up for us and we just take over after that. But we got a lot of fun to get to tonight. Of course, we're going to get to the news right off the bat here. As soon as I figure out what the hell I'm doing with my windows and stuff. All right, I think I figured it out. Just a special thank you to a few shows. I was on Bigfoot Odyssey last night with Carrie and Daniela. It was a wonderful time. Had a great time with them. It was just me and them, and we hung out and talked about supernatural, ghostly stuff having to do with the holidays, so it was fun. It was a good conversation and a good time, and thank you to them for having me on. Also, last night was the Blue Line Bigfoot Christmas special. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. They did an amazing job on it. I was just blown away. I was just like, wow, this is really cool. They did a phenomenal job. It was so much variety and so much going on, and it was just really cool. And there was a video segment that Don and I contributed, along with dozens of other people, contributed their holiday message video to that compilation as well. So go check it out. That's on Blue Line Bigfoot on YouTube. It was a wonderful job. I mean, my hat's off to them. They did such a good job. And today I was on with Tony Merkel. The Confessionals had a holiday special on for 4 hours today. And I think I was on about 3 of those 4 hours. I had to go away for an hour because I had to do an interview for the podcast. But I came back on and closed out the show with them. It was a great time. I got to meet a bunch of wonderful people and re-meet some people I already knew. But I met a whole bunch of new people there as well. And it was a fantastic show. And Tony did a bunch of giveaways. He and his missus did a phenomenal job on the show there, and some great discussion as well. So check out that holiday special if you can. It was just really cool. And Wes made an appearance over there and was hanging out in the chat room. And Bobo of Finding Bigfoot was on there. I'm so terrible with names, so that's my personal dyslexia. I always drop names and I can't remember them. So, but just go check it out. There were so many cool people on there and so many talented people from all over the paranormal / Fortean podcast sphere, and just some great discussions and great ideas and a lot of laughs. So check that out. And special thanks to Tony Merkel for having me on there. That was really fun. I had a good time. I've been all over the place, slowly taking over the world. No.
Yeah, you're busy, buddy.
I was today. I definitely was today, and usually I'm reasonably busy, but today I was literally slammed from the time that I woke up. The first hour I got to sit and drink my coffee, and then it was boom, I was on shows or doing shows or something. It's just been one of those days. But we got the news to get to, folks, and so I guess we best do that. You ready, Sheldon?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, the boy says. All right, well, without further ado, it's time for the news. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan says, this morning I woke up to annoying, lame snow. Me too. I got about, it's funny because I've mentioned the roofs on this house before. They're all like steel roofs, and it's quite a steep pitch on them. And it sounds like thunder when these big sheets of snow come off. But in my back door, I got about 5 feet of this piles right outside the door. It looks like a wall of snow. And maybe it's only like 4 feet, but it looks huge. It's actually closed the whole window before on the whole door in seasons past. And we're just getting started, so I don't know what the hell I'm in for, but I got a lot of shoveling to do myself when I get ambitious enough to open that door and start digging. But that's not tonight.
See, that's why you need a snowblower like we have.
You know, I've got a little electric one that really works really well because I got a small walk out front, and I do mine at the elderly neighbor ladies walk as much as I can, and but it doesn't really help with the really heavy stuff because it's electric. It's good for blowing the fluffy stuff off and saving a lot of time, but when you get that thick, heavy stuff that's been melting and settled, it wouldn't do me any good at all.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so it's just a bunch of shovels and a lot of angst and bad feelings. So,
well, that was news topic number 1. Dad shoveling.
in the news, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be shoveling probably tomorrow. Next up in the newscast is from unexplained-mysteries.com. We've got an article here that, oh, God, don't do that. These damn ads. It's just these ads that pop up on these things. It's so annoying, but they're just paying the bills. I understand. This is an article that it's from unexplained-mysteries.com. It's under the heading of Ghosts and Hauntings, and this is Diary Gives New Insight into Victorian Seances. How long is this? Way too long. So there's a bunch of stuff about Victorian seances in that article, so I'll give you.
Oh, wow, that's a really long one. Okay,
yep, it is.
I get you.
I just pulled these up before the show because I've been running all day, but I just looked at that one. Nope. I'll put the article in both chats though. If you guys want to learn more about Victorian seances, that's where you can do it. We're not gonna have that. I need a whole show just for that article. My God, that was huge. All right, there's the first. The first article is a take home. It's your homework. All right, moving on to the next article in our news. That helps a little bit moving through because I got a lot of things pulled up. I probably had too many pulled up anyway, so that worked out good. I don't know. I should probably screen this before I even put it on the screen. Let me just scroll here and see what I'm dealing with before I get stupid and do that again. Nope, this one's good.
Brilliant idea. Okay.
All right, this one's from the extraterrestrial heading, and this is from unexplained-mysteries.com. Exotic alien life forms could be living in the clouds of Venus. Wow. In the clouds of Venus, Sheldon.
Whoa.
Which is kind of wild because Venus is very acidic and they've got all kinds of weird crap going on the surface, but there is a belief that high up in the atmosphere, it could support life as we know it. There might be a life that we don't know there already, but that's pretty intense, huh?
Wow.
Be like Cloud City from Star Wars. You know?
Star Wars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, it says a new study has put forward the idea that Venus could host life unlike anything we've seen. With surface temperatures exceeding 860 degrees and crushing atmospheric pressures that are more than 100 times those found on our own planet, the conditions on Venus are undeniably hellish. But while the likelihood of finding signs of life on its surface remain low, scientists have long speculated that primitive life forms could potentially eke out an existence high up in the clouds. Of particular note is the unwanted or unexplained presence of ammonia in the upper atmosphere of Venus, a gas that, on Earth at least, is typically associated with aquatic life forms. Now, a new study by scientists from Cardiff University, MIT, and Cambridge University has revealed that this ammonia could potentially make the atmosphere of Venus a more habitable environment. We know that life can grow in acidic environments on Earth, but nothing as acid as the clouds of Venus were believed to be. said study co-author Dr. William Baines. But if something is making ammonia in the clouds, then that will neutralize some of the droplets, making them potentially more habitable. The researchers have even gone so far as to suggest that the ammonia on Venus is more likely to be biological than geological or meteorological in nature. Ammonia shouldn't be on Venus, said study co-author Professor Sarah Seeger. It has hydrogen attached to it, and there's very little hydrogen around. Any gas that doesn't belong in the context of its environment is automatically suspicious for being made by life. Wow.
So it could even be...
Go ahead.
It could even be something as simple as that bacteria excreting ammonia type of thing, but that's really interesting.
Yeah, because it would have to be something that could be suspended aloft in what I would assume would be air currents or something of that, or currents of gases anyway. But I think what I think is most amazing, and this still boggles my mind, is that they can look at these planets with, telescopes and maybe probes of some kind that have landed there, but, and still have all of this information. And then we can look at other stars and say, well, that one's in the Goldilocks zone and looks like it has this, this, and this there. And it just blows my mind that sometimes we can know so much about these places that are so, so far away. But cool. All the same. Pretty cool. What's funny?
Rachel gets right, says, so Venus has an atmosphere like Windex? Guess so.
As you fly your ship through it, you'll have the cleanest windows in the universe.
Yeah.
It's like the proverbial interstellar car wash.
That's why the aliens go there.
That's right. Oh God. What was it? Oh, never mind. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Also Ethan Steele came in with a $10 donation.
Ethan Steele. Ethan Seal. There's no T.
Steele.
No T, but thank you, Ethan. We love you, brother. Thank you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We appreciate it a ton. A ton. All right, let's get to the next article. You ready, Sheldon?
Absolutely.
Let me scroll this one quick. Yeah, this one's okay too. I got to scroll before I load them up on the screen so I don't look like an idiot twice in one show. One time an idiot is good for me, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is again from unexplained-mysteries.com. Conspiracy theorists catch COVID, blame anthrax. Huh? I don't know. This is from the hot sheets here, so let's see. A group of conspiracy theorists who caught COVID-19 at a conspiracy conference now claims that it was an anthrax attack. What happens when a large number of conspiracy theorists get together in a large room? The same thing that typically happens when any large group of people get together these days. Some of them end up catching COVID-19, but very few of them were willing to admit it. The bizarre series of events took place when a large crowd of unvaccinated conspiracy theorists got together for the Reawaken America tour event in Dallas over the weekend on December 10th. Yeah, well, it's up to people to decide what they want to do. The event was as expected, however, within days, a significant number of the attendees began to experience symptoms of a typical coronavirus, a cough, shortness of breath, and a fever. Well, there's also flus and colds and stuff still going around. I can't even get into it. But anyway, given that most of them were unwilling to entertain the remote possibility they might have caught the virus, it has since been claimed that what they were actually suffering from is anthrax poisoning. There's a 99.9% chance it's anthrax, said podcaster Joel Altman, who maintains that he, along with around a dozen other people who had been in the green rooms, have since fallen ill. So far, however, nobody who was at the event has actually tested positive for anthrax, and there is no direct evidence that anthrax was in any way involved in producing the symptoms. Some attendees have even claimed that a fog machine used during the event was used to spread the poison, again without evidence, and the organizer strongly denied such accusations. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, my tongue will wake up and catch up soon enough. As things stand, it seems unlikely anybody involved is likely to accept they got the coof. I guess it's probably likely they just got the coof, but I don't know.
I mean, if it was anthrax, wouldn't they just all have died?
I don't know. I'm not sure about the seriousness of anthrax. I mean, it sounds horrible, but is it actually a a fatal thing. I think it can be. I don't know. No,
isn't that the thing? Like hospitals go nuts if there's an anthrax outbreak, or like labs go nuts if there's an anthrax outbreak.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it sounds like that. I mean, that's what I'm recalling, but it's anybody's guess. I don't know. Just another idea. People like, I don't know. Everybody's got a narrative, and I don't want to get into that too much because it's, people have a right to believe whatever they choose to, and that's their choice. I don't pretend to know, so I can't really speak either pro or against it. But that's the wave of the world. Let's see as we go to the next one here, and this is from unexplained-mysteries.com. The U.S. Navy destroyers were harassed by drone swarms. How long is this one good? Okay, this one's good. Newly declassified documents detail how multiple ships were harassed for weeks by mysterious drones. I wonder how they know there were drones. I mean, was it drones, like little propeller craft? It seems the drones were everywhere these days. However, in the wrong hands, they have the potential to be quite dangerous and can even pose a threat to a country's national security. Newly released documents under the Freedom of Information Act contain a detailed account of how multiple U.S. Navy destroyers were continuously hounded by a whole swarm of unidentified drones during a series of incidents that took place over the course of several weeks in the summer of 2019. At least 3 ships were reported multiple drones harassing them, with the mysterious aerial vehicles adjusting their speed and position whenever a ship would change course to avoid them. Efforts to shoot down the drones also proved problematic because the weapons aboard the vessels were not designed to hit small, fast-moving targets. Might want to adjust that. I'm just saying. Good. The takeaway here is you probably want to adjust that. Special teams known as ship nautical or otherwise photographic interpretation and exploitation. That's Snoopy, by the way. Ship nautical or otherwise photographic interpretation and exploitation. The acronym is Snoopy. Were deployed to gather information about the drones. They were likely captured. While they likely captured numerous photographs, these have not been made available to the public thus far. The drones continued to hound the vessels for such an extensive period of time that they were still being sighted after the U.S. Navy had launched an official investigation into the phenomena. As for where the drones had come from and who was operating them, however, nobody seems to know. Yeah, well, what is the range on a drone? I mean, when I'm thinking a drone, I'm thinking, oh, you can get this and it's got 15 to 20 minutes of airtime. And then you gotta charge it. You gotta land it and recharge it. So what the hell kind of drones are these?
It depends. Yeah, I mean...
still, they would have to be within eye shot of some place that they're launching from. Wouldn't you think?
Unless it's a military-style drone of some sort.
That's true. There you go. That's another possibility. Are they some other, not commercial, or not, what is it?
Public?
Public grade drones. They are, obviously, must be something far superior to what people usually have. But that's crazy. If it followed the ship, it changed course. They still followed, and they're out to sea, I would assume. So where the hell are they going? Couldn't they just follow them? Wouldn't they just drop into the water after a while? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know. Strange stuff, folks, but that's the drones that were harassing the Navy. And, change your weapon systems to handle little things, too. Yeah. I'm just saying that might have been a good lesson for you all at that in that event. Here's the next one coming up tonight on the newscast, and this is strange, Sheldon. But you know what? If the portal thing doesn't work out for you, this might be a line of work. Just saying, this might be something to look into. I'm just putting it out there. This is a stress coach makes a living by letting people punch him.
What? What?
That's right. You could be a stress coach, Sheldon, just saying. Oh, my God. Whatever Turkey's Hassan Reza Gunay gets paid to be a human punching bag, it's probably not enough. Imagine going to work every day just to be repeatedly beaten up by total strangers. It might sound unthinkable, yet it's a way of life for Turkish stress coach Hassan Reza Gunay, whose unique approach to helping his clients involves allowing them to punch him. Gunay, who hails from Istanbul, reportedly got the idea for this novel form of therapy from the movie Sark Bulbulu in which the main character allows himself to be beaten up. Most of my clients suffer from depression or panic attacks or are overwhelmed because of their daily routines, he said. Gune will usually see up to 4, mostly female clients in a typical day for around 15 minutes at a time. He also wears special protective gear to reduce the chance of injuries. In some cases, he even dons a mask, showing the face of the person his client is angry with. I would like to train other potentially interested people as stress coaches and hand over my gloves to the new generation, he said. Yeah, I don't think you're going to have a long line on that one. Just saying, that's not probably a really popular career choice. You're not going to see that at the career festival. Hey, kids, you could leave high school and be a stress coach.
Rachel says, is his favorite beverage Hawaiian Punch?
Could be. Oh my God.
It's actually, I mean, as angry as the world is, that's probably a really good business to start up.
It might not be bad. It might not be bad at all. Let's see. You got to plan about time for another, one more, and then we'll have to go to break here. But this is the next one and last one, I guess, for the newscast. And this is an article from unexplained-mysteries.com. Man sneezes out toy dart after 44 years. A man has sneezed out a toy dart that has been stuck up his nose for more than 4 decades. 51-year-old Steve Easton had been suffering from a blocked nose for as long as he could remember, an irritating ailment that often saw him waking up in the night with a dose of the sniffles and a headache that had been attributed to hay fever. To his surprise, however, he managed to clear up the blockage with one almighty sneeze after the end of a toy dart, which had seemingly been lodged in his nasal cavity since he was a child. It came shooting out of his nose like a cork from a bottle. I started a sneezing fit, and when it came out of my left nostril, he said, I thought, what's this? Where the hell has this come from? And pulled out this rubber sucker. I was completely blown away. He's got to have older brothers. Hey, he's asleep.
Yeah.
It later emerged that Easton had been taken to a hospital by his parents as a youngster after they noticed that one of the rubber tips from the toy darts he'd been playing with was left missing. Steve said he'd swallowed it and there was just one of these darts without a tip, said his mom. I took him to the hospital and they spent a lot of time looking for it, but in the end they said perhaps it was a mistake. I knew it wasn't, and it's always worried me, and then now it has suddenly shot out. So if you ever have a really long stuffed nose, you might want to look into it, folks. Start with the nose, work your way down. But that is the news, folks. Let's go back to the show. All I can say is wow, huh?
Indeed.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are just literally seconds away from the first break of the night. And we're going to go to that break, and then we'll come back with more of the magic that is the Paranormal Portal as we get into our Christmas Eve festival of fun here on the Paranormal Portal. And the phone lines will be open if you want to call in. Be a part of the joy. 720-923-0500. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Wow. Second half hour already, ladies and gentlemen. It's flying by on this festive night of Christmas Eve. And we hope you all are doing wonderful. Let's see who's here. Let's do some, let's see who's in our chat. Shall we, Sheldon? Still nobody.
Shout out time.
Still nobody's in TFR, but that's okay. I think they're all here. We're going through the list. If you want to shout out, make sure to say something in the YouTube chat, because it populates the list based on active chatting. So I'm just going through the active participants list right now. So if you want to be mentioned, just say hi, and it'll pop you onto my list. There it goes. It's populating like crazy. Aggravated Progressive is in here. Alicia Marie is here. Android Purity. Sherry Moon is here. Digger Dog. Dejanus, 88. Sorry about that. I just probably beat the hell out of that name, but we're glad you're here. Dream is here. Eliza's here. Ethan is here. Isaac's here. Jessica Mink is here. Lady J Homestead's here. MCAT is here. Maggie M10's here. Rachel Gets It Right is here. I'm here. Ruger Ridge is here. Sandra Piper. Sheldon Thomas is here. And are you the end of the list? I guess you are the end of the list, Sheldon. You have the foot of the list. And there you go. Those are the active chatters that are here. We've got, of course, many more that are watching out there just quietly, and that's okay. We're happy to have you lurking and lingering as well. You don't have to chat to be a part of the family. I know Portal Mom's out there somewhere. She was in here earlier, and she's out there listening, and maybe the family is listening as well. To my family, if you're watching back from Minnesota land, just know I love you guys, and you're right here in my heart as we drive through.
She did say Lexi was watching.
Oh, hi Lexi. How you doing? She's just adorable. So I got the family pictures from my brother John and his wife, and the kids all look great. Jeff, my brother, sent me a picture. He's got a Bigfoot sticker on the window. It's awesome.
Yes.
That's so cool. Gotta love a Bigfoot sticker. But let's get on to the paranormal. And ladies and gentlemen, I pulled up some stories. These are ghost stories, and we don't do a lot of these specifically because I've done so many through the years that it was actually most of the content of the Paranormal Portal on YouTube was ghost stories. So I was like, oh, you know, let's back away from that and cover this other phenomenon more, which is what we've done largely in the last several months or better part of a year. But every once in a while, we do hit a ghost story here and there. But I found a few ghost stories that have to do specifically with the holiday time, and some of these are similar to ones that I shared on Bigfoot Odyssey, and one of them is actually a repeat. It was just a really cool story, so I wanted to read that again with you guys because it's just one of those stories that I just think is so amazing and beautiful and cool. So I'm going to repeat it. Sorry, you get a little redundant leftover material, but I just thought it was really good, and you guys should hear it too. So let me go back to the regular chat here. Here we go. Santa bought me a Portal mug and a sticker. Oh, awesome, Maggie. Thank you. That's awesome. Santa is rocked. Yeah, Santa is rocked. Aggravated Progressive says I was choked by one. Ghosts are real. Yeah. No, he ain't talking about ghosts. He's not talking about a mug, or she's not talking about a mug.
I was thinking a mug from how did that happen?
It's not the same as a mug, or it's a mug.
Oh.
No, yeah, it's Aggravated Progressive said ghosts are real. I was choked by one. That's absolutely terrifying. It's really terrifying because there's a boundary there that's been crossed, and that's where it's like, no. This is not just a normal haunting kind of thing. This is something dark and horrible. So those have to be dealt with pretty aggressively. But anyway, let's get to the stories that I pulled up for you guys. Here's one, and I didn't read this one before. I just pulled it up just before the show. But it's called A Sad Christmas, and this story is coming from yourghoststories.com. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever looking for ghost stories, check out yourghoststories.com. And it's just this amazing repository of thousands and thousands and thousands of ghost stories. And they are absolutely incredible. This one comes from the year 2008 out of the state of California. And it says, it was the first holiday without our father, and we felt really strange. It was a tossed salad of emotions. On one hand, it was for the best. Our parents just didn't get along. The fighting was terrible, and we hid in our rooms as we listened to the bickering. Well, finally it was over. They sat us down one day and told us that they were getting divorced. We knew it was a good thing, and in a way, I was relieved. No more listening to the grown-ups acting like children. This is what it felt like. I took charge of the younger kids, and I kept them away from the slaps that rang out when Daddy and Mom lost their tempers. Anyway, Daddy moved on, and Mom, well, she did her best as she could, I guess. The first year was really hard, but we tried to find the normalcy in every day. Playing, just being kids. The first Christmas was a somber affair, and we'd been told in advance that there just wasn't much money for presents that year, and I hope my daddy didn't have much to do with it, but I suspected he wasn't sending much, if any kind of support. We were barely getting by as it was. I was a sickly kid. Something was always happening to me, but I understand it all now. As a sensitive with gifts, my body was under tremendous effort. Anyway, not to dwell on that aspect of my story, I want to tell you about the first Christmas that we lived without Father. My brother was being fitted in a costume. He was going to be playing an angel in the Christmas story, and I kept arguing with Mom and telling her that the costume wasn't right. Angel's wings were bigger, wider, with large arches where it curved downward. I remember my brother saying, "How could you know?" He laughed. I was indignant, but I couldn't say a thing back. I had seen real angels, and I knew that their wings looked like, who could believe me anyway? So I just stayed silent, fuming at myself. The evening progressed, and my mom was sitting in her chair next to the doorway of our bedroom, and we were listening to Christmas music and reading. All of us kids were laying around on the carpet, quiet for once, engrossed in whatever we were doing. I caught a glimpse of something to my right, so I looked up at that moment. In the doorway to our bedroom stood an old man. He had on a high-waisted pants with suspenders and a plaid shirt. I remember blurting out, "Who's that man?" My mom looked up from her book and said very matter-of-fact, "Oh, that's your great-grandfather. That would make him my grandfather. That's your great-grandfather. That would make him my grandfather. He died before I was born, and he likes to visit during the holidays." I had never seen him around in the past. My brothers and sisters were looking at me and Mom like we had lost our minds. She went on to explain that she had been given just one picture of him, and when he manifested himself, he always appeared in these clothes. "What man?" my brother sputtered. "I don't see anybody," one of my sisters chirped up. By the time everybody was through commenting on what had transpired, the old man was gone. He didn't say a thing. He never lived in this old house and had died in another country. It was the first and only time my mom wanted to discuss the ghost of her grandfather. And she didn't say much. As soon as he was gone, she acted like it never happened. After this, we never discussed the paranormal again. Over the years, I think she liked to think of this as her own little secret. I can't explain it here, but she was a bit of a narcissist. I wondered why he showed himself to just me and my mom. Any ideas? I don't know if it was just showing to them, but I suspect that they were the two most sensitive people there that could pick up on his presence.
Yeah, depending on how it works, how it works that we're able to see these things. Yeah, could have been that they were the most open to it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the first one of tonight.
We got 2 donations coming in. $49.99 by Crystal Love and $4.99 by Andrew Purity. Andrew's Purity says there's another gift for you on Discord.
Aww. All right. Thank you, guys. That's so cool. Thank you so much. That helps so much. We really appreciate it. That's really awesome. Crystal Love did a sticker. Aw. He's got the hippo in the chest. That's awesome. You guys are great. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful, wonderful holiday gift, and it'll help keep the portal rolling. Love catching the show when I can at night before bedtime. Thanks, guys, for all you do. Oh, thank you, Crystal. That's wonderful.
Thank you, Crystal.
And thank you for helping us do it. That's amazing. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's not possible for everybody to do that, and please know that that's never an expectation. If you can and it's something you're able to do freely, then fantastic. It's very appreciated. But even just being here, being a part of the shows, being one of the people leaving a thumbs up and, helping to promote the shows or let people know about it, that's a gift to us as well. There's many, many ways to help. And just the biggest one is just be here, being a part of the experience. So thank you all. But to those of you that are able to help, thank you so much. It really is an amazing gift that means a lot to us. So that was, I'm sorry, buddy. What?
No, I just said absolutely. I totally agree.
Okay, very cool. All right, so here's the next one. That's another ghost story involving the holidays. And it seems there's a theme of dads on this one. This is called Was It My Dad? From the United Kingdom in 2009. It says, this happened to me when I was about 4 years old on Christmas Day. As with most 4-year-olds, Christmas was the best time of the year. However, this particular Christmas is one that I'll always remember. I went to bed really excited on Christmas Eve, looking forward to waking up the next morning. And when I did wake up the next morning, I turned over in my bed and I had a table in my room. And sat on top of the table was my dad. The thing I saw was the spitting image of my dad. My parents were divorced at the time. However, my dad always slept over at Christmas time. I was shocked to see my dad sat on my table smiling at me and saying, Merry Christmas, sweetie pie. So I got up out of bed and said, Merry Christmas. I went over to him to give him a hug. And as I put my arms around him, he vanished. At 4 years of age, I was really confused and scared and thought to myself, why was my dad just disappeared, and felt scared. I went downstairs to see if my mom was up, and when I got downstairs, lying fast asleep on the couch, was my dad. Well, I was terrified. I wondered how he was in my room when he was asleep downstairs. But the fact that the image of him in my room faded was the most frightening of all. I've talked to some friends and family who are really big believers in spirits and supernatural experience, and some suggested maybe my dad had an out-of-body experience and I saw the image of his spirits. Others have said maybe it's somebody close to me who died and didn't want to frighten me, so they took an image of the person who I turn to when I'm scared. My dad's dad died before I was born, and my auntie showed me a picture from when he was younger, and he looked very much like my dad. She believed that he was watching over me and was there that morning when I woke up on Christmas Day. I am really interested in what people think of this, and if anyone wishes to write and comment, feel free to. But since that day, I've wondered, was it my granddad or was it my dad having an out-of-body experience? I think it was probably the granddad, personally. Not that people don't perceive people having an out-of-body experience, especially children. There was one story we covered not too long ago on the show here where this man had a small child, like 3 years old, and he said that the child woke up early and the mom kind of was sleeping in late or something. So the dad took the child downstairs and was kind of just right next to the child in the living room and had nodded off a bit, but said suddenly he heard the child giggling and saying, Mommy, Mommy, and putting his arms up, but looking up at the ceiling, and there was nothing there. And it was a strange experience. And the dad's like, what are you doing? He's, Mommy up, flying, Mommy flying, or something like that. And the dad's like, well, okay, this is weird. Now, when the wife woke up, she came down and talked about this strange dream she had where she felt like she was floating, but in the living room looking at the child. And so it sounds very much like an out-of-body experience that the child was able to perceive that.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of cool, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I personally believe in out-of-body experiences. There's a lot of accounts of it, and it just seems like something that could be possible. So, I mean, I believe that.
Absolutely. I do too. But when you're the image of the father sitting on the table talking, and also, then to go get hugged and, of course, disappearing. That does seem more like a ghostly visitation, like a spiritual visitation, more so than an astral projection to me. And it's mostly intuitive. It's just like, that doesn't seem like a projection kind of thing. Because, whatever this was able to say something audible to the child, or at least telepathic, that the child could perceive. and experience. And you don't hear about that too much in astral projection. It's not like, there's a whole telepathy aspect that goes with those experiences. Normally, the people that are projecting seem to be largely observers. They can interact with the environment to a degree, but mostly it's on the astral plane. It's not really on this plane. So, and when it is on this plane, it's more like a transition, like they're on their way to the astral plane, or they're coming back from the astral plane, that they may have experiences in our plane. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Kinda.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that I don't know if it's explainable or if I'm able to explain it. But anyway, this next story, let me look at the clock here and see how we're doing, because we got 10 minutes. We're okay. There's a couple stories I want to read. Now, this next story that is one that I read last night on Bigfoot Odyssey, but I'm going to skip about half of it, because a lot of it is talking about these two sisters that are so close, and basically the power went out at this one sister's house. They got two small kids. It was Christmas Eve, and they were like, "Oh no, we got to go somewhere that's warm." Other family members lived in the area. The mom and dad of this person lived in the area, but they figured they had, would lost their power too, because they lived very close, like a few miles away. But the other sister lived about the same distance away, but they heated with wood, so they knew that they could go over there and be received. And so essentially they just went over there, and when the two sisters had worked together to find this house for the sister to rent, the one that heated with wood, because they moved into the area and wanted a place to rent. And the person that owned the house, it's a family house that sat vacant, didn't want to rent it, but they talked him into it. And even the person that owned the house says, "Well, look, it's haunted. People have said they see things." And the people, "Oh, no, that's no problem." So they basically have lost their power. They gather up the kids and the presents and stuff, and they make their way over to the sister's house and are welcomed in there. And so that's kind of the setting of the story. And I just wanted to say that because it's a long story. But let me get to that. So it says, Christmas Eve morning, 1989 is when the actual event happened. And this is a pretty incredible event. It says, we made our way slowly down the long gravel road towards my sister's house. And by this time, little droplets of water were beginning to freeze on the tree limbs. And I was thinking how glad I was to have some place to take our children so they could stay warm. I didn't worry that we had not been able to call ahead, because I knew my sister would welcome us in with open arms, as she did. We spent the day baking and getting ready for Santa's visit. The house was filled with laughter and excitement. 4 little kids, punctuated with a giggle from our baby daughter once in a while. All 4 kids were put to bed in the same bedroom. My daughter stayed with the adults in the living room as we all watched TV. The kids had long gone to sleep when I suddenly heard my son coughing. It was nearing midnight when I went to check on him, and I smelled smoke. Smoke was coming from the closet, which was on the other wall, on the wall where the fireplace from the other room butted up against. I yelled that I thought the house was on fire. While my husband and I got the kids, my sister and brother-in-law were inspecting the closet where the smoke was coming from, and my brother-in-law said he thought the fire was contained in the chimney, but to be on the safe side, we should all get out of the house. Said they bundled up the kids, took them to one of the cars we had started because it was way too cold for the little ones to be outside. Since the house is so isolated, we knew that we were on our own. My brother-in-law and husband ran to get the extension ladder while my sister and I stretched the water hose as far as it would reach towards the house. The faucet was out in the yard quite a ways from the house, but unfortunately we soon discovered the hose was frozen. One of us found a pail while someone removed the hose from the faucet, and we were lucky enough that the faucet wasn't frozen. I filled the pail with water, handed it to my sister. She handed it to my husband, who was towards the top of the ladder, and he then handed it off to my brother-in-law, and he poured it down the chimney. In between times of filling the pail, I ran over to the car to make sure the kids were still warm and safe. It was one of those times as I was coming back to refill the pail when I noticed there was someone else besides my brother-in-law on the roof. About the same time, my sister noticed him too, and I asked, "Who's that?" And she replied with her own question, "Where did he come from?" I refilled the pail, gave it to my sister. She gave it to my husband. He gave it to my brother-in-law, and it was then that we heard the man speak. "Here, let me help," he said, taking the pail from my brother-in-law. He was standing next to the chimney and didn't even turn to face us. just sort of reached for the pail. My brother-in-law handed it to him. He poured it down the chimney. I refilled the pail several times more, handing it off to the next person. No one spoke. And finally, when he was sure the fire was out, my brother-in-law broke the silence by simply saying, "It's out." He turned towards where the man had been standing. At the same time, my sister and I looked in that direction, but he wasn't there. He was gone. He just vanished. My brother-in-law searched the roof for the man. My husband, sister, and I walked around the house searching for him. We couldn't find any footprints in the newly fallen sleet. The only footprints on the roof was that of my brother-in-law's. He was wearing jeans, a long-sleeve shirt, and with a vest over it and cowboy boots. He didn't seem to mind the cold as we did. I can't even remember seeing his face, only his profile. He never looked directly at us. His voice was very flat in tone. There's always been a debate as to what color his hair was. My brother-in-law says that it was black. My sister and I say it was a dark blonde. My husband never actually saw him because of his position on the ladder, but says he heard him talking. The one thing we all agree upon is that he was there, and there was no way he jumped from the house and could have possibly walked away. And he couldn't have gone up or come down the ladder because my husband was on it the entire time. Wow, huh?
That's the part that's most interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it could just be the fact that maybe they weren't paying as much attention, or if it's been long enough of time. But the fact that they all saw like different colored hair.
Sure.
If they're not assuming they're not misremembering or anything like that, that's interesting.
Well, the point is that the guy appeared up there, actually helped.
Well, yeah.
Took buckets of water, poured it down the chimney, and the house was known to be haunted. But it was like when that time became so urgent, whatever this person was materialized to a great degree, and actually helped to put the fire out. Because
he would have to be physical at that point, like able to interact.
Yeah, exactly. It was grabbing buckets and dumping them down the chimney and putting out that chimney fire. But my God, what an incredible story! I mean, this is one of those stories that is it just a spiritual presence, or is that an angel? Is that an angelic intervention? And I can't pretend to know. I mean, it's just one of those really cool stories that it was such a fantastically complete manifestation that person was there and interacting, able to talk, able to lift buckets, able to help, and put that fire out, and then was gone. Boom. What an amazing story.
Yeah, it could have been angelic too, because I don't know, like as far as that goes.
Right.
Maybe it knew that something bad was going to happen if the brother was alone on the roof.
Sure.
Something like that. Maybe with its help, it was preventing something else from happening.
Right. Well, that's probably true. And if it was a spirit that loved that home and was attached to it, I mean, if there's ever a time that a spirit's going to manifest completely, it's when whatever they love is, in jeopardy. So, you know what I mean?
Point.
So there's an energetic imperative there too. But very, very interesting. Very interesting story. And I love that story because it's like, wow, those are those moments. I mean, it's just like from a movie. And I can't verify the authenticity or the reality of it, but if it is real, that's incredible. And I have heard many other stories, not many, but several other stories through the years that are very similar, where somebody manifests and becomes a part of this situation and are observed doing things. Like in one story, a woman's car overheated, and this guy just appeared out of nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, and grabbed onto the radiator cap that's shooting steam, twisted it off, and with a bare hand. Well, you would scald your hand. I mean, it would just burn your hand to, 3rd degree or better. But, But this guy had no pain, no reaction to that heat. Just twisted off, let it hiss, and then apparently got water from a bucket that had holes in it. Later, the person found the same bucket that had holes. It was all rusted through. But when that guy was there, he brought a bucket of water, and that's just very, very strange. Very cool stories. But I'll tell you what is also strange. It's how quickly this night is going, because we are about at the hour break. We got about 30 seconds before the bell hits, and we got to go to the break again. But I love these stories. I got one more of these holiday ghost stories. I hope you guys like these because I think they're beautiful. I think they're just really powerful. I think they're very powerful. That's like the third man story, rescue stories. I don't know which one that is, Rachel, but it's a theme that pops up every once in a while. And now I've talked to a person that experienced one of these situations where a person manifests out of nowhere and help them. We can talk about that in a minute, but we're going to go to the break. Don't go away.
Play their games. Everybody loves to place their bets. They don't understand the price I paid. They don't care to comprehend. Trace their lines upon my body, dripping scars across my heart. Raging anger pours inside me as their lies keep falling apart. Just make sure that you're well fed. I'm not broken yet. I'm not broken yet. I'm not broken yet.
Carol Ann is not like those she's with. They're attracted to the one thing about her that is different from themselves. Her life force is very strong. It gives off its own illumination. It is a light that implies life and memory of love and home and earthly pleasures. Something they desperately desire, but can't have anymore. Right now, she's the closest thing to that.
Poltergeists are usually associated with an individual. Hauntings seem to be connected with an area. A house, usually.
Poltergeist disturbances are of fairly short duration, perhaps a couple of months. Hauntings can go on for years.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it in hour number 2 here on our Friday Paranormal Portal Christmas Eve Festival of Fun. And just to address this vocally as well, every once in a while we of course take a little bit of heat because people don't understand. They're used to watching YouTube shows that are just simply YouTube shows. And on Fridays and Saturdays, the Paranormal Portal is also simulcasting on Truth Frequency Radio, or TFR Live, which is also being simulcast on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and TalkStream Live networks. And on those networks, they have to take a half-hour break. Now, in order to keep it seamless and keep everything synced up, I don't want you guys to have to listen to commercials, because those of you on YouTube, because of course they are network specific commercials and don't have much to do with any of you out there. However, I created those little video montages with my own music just in order to give you something to do other than listen to commercials. So that's why the breaks happen on Friday and Saturday nights. Normally we only, if we do any breaks, we just do one break. And that's just to use the loo or get a drink quick or something. But on Friday, Saturday nights, we have to take them just to keep everything in sync. So I apologize. I know it's unusual for a lot of YouTube specific audiences to understand that, but it's because this is not just a YouTube show. This is being simulcast on other networks. So
that's right.
There you
I know what breaks are scary, but don't worry, we're here with you.
We'll get you through it. Yeah, we'll get you through it. It's just a matter of the cycle of things. So I have one more of these ghost stories for you guys, and I think we'll get to that. Ready, Sheldon?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, let me close the one that I just read because that was still open. Okay, this is one that I know I've covered before on the show and other holidays, but I found it again. And I was like, oh, this is a beautiful story. So, is it true or not? Well, it's one family's legend. Maybe there's truth to it, maybe not. I don't know. But let's read this, and this one comes out of Illinois, and this is from 2014. That it was actually recorded on this site. You know, it's much older than that. It says, here's what it says. Is that static coming through all the time? No, it seems like it's okay. All right. I was just going to reconnect the network if need be. But here's what it says. Although my mom would not say that she believed in ghosts, she would not deny their existence either. Oh, that's going to annoy the hell out of me. Let me reconnect the network. I don't know what the hell that's happening, but
yeah, it's kind of coming in once in a while.
Yeah, it is. I don't like that much. So let me straighten this out if you all don't mind. What the hell? Come on. It's disappearing. It won't let me do it. Sheldon.
I'm not doing it. It's not me this time.
Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, here we go. I just killed the network connection. Let me re-grab it so that we're on the networks as well. Hold on. Here it goes. I'm recalling right now. There we go. We should be live on the network as well as here. So it says that my mom wouldn't admit that she believed in ghosts, but she would not deny their existence either, as she put it, just in case one is listening and decides to give proof. However, she was not without her own experiences, as the following account shows. It was Christmas Eve, 1946, in the projects of Chicago. The twins were about 8 years old, and my oldest brother was only 2. My mom was saddened that there would be no Santa for them this year. Although the Great Depression had ended, America was still struggling, and my dad brought home $15 a week. Almost $9 would be set aside just to pay the rent on their very small apartment. That didn't leave much left to live on for a family of 5, and every penny was earmarked just for survival. She had been waiting on my father to return from work so that she could go to the grocery store to pick up a few much-needed items. Mrs. Bowman, a neighbor lady, knocked on the door with a message from my dad he would be home later than he expected and she should go without him. My parents didn't have a phone, and she even offered to sit with the kids, as it was getting dark and my mom had to hurry to get there before the store closed. In those days, stores closed early on Christmas Eve. Winter can be bitter in Chicago, and the wind bit my mom's bare legs and sliced through her old coat as she walked the 4 blocks to the store. My mom always wore dresses, no matter what. She was nearly frozen as she approached the store's parking lot, and she felt something wrap itself around her ankle. Looking down and pulling it off, she saw that it was a $5 bill. $5, a small fortune in those days. She looked about for its owner, someone who might have dropped it, even though she was sorely tempted to just cram it into her pocket. And then she saw the man, standing nearly hidden in the shadows. "Excuse me," she said, approaching him, "but have you lost something?" He took a step from the shadows. She was struck by the fact that although he didn't appear dressed for the cold, as he wore only a jacket, he didn't appear cold. He smiled at her, the most beautiful smile she had ever seen. "Yes, ma'am, $5 to be exact." "Then this is yours." She extended the bill towards him. "Keep it. Get the kids something nice." My mom's jaw fell open. The second half of what he said wouldn't hit her until later. "Are you sure? It's an awful lot." But the man had already turned, walking off, cutting across a section of fresh snow. "Thank you. Merry Christmas," she called after him as she assumed. He disappeared into the darker shadows, but, and she is adamant about this, he left no prints in the snow where he walked. She went and took a good look when she finished shopping, but her Christmas miracle didn't end there. Inside, on a long table, was an assortment of plastic toys. She quickly chose 2 plastic dress-me dolls and a red fire truck, and the owner of the store was working the counter, and he placed some candy into her bag, telling her to hush when she objected. He knew our family and wanted to be allowed to spoil those babies just a little. My mom says that never had a full bag of groceries felt so light to carry on the walk home. Back home, Miss Bauman left and returned with some fabric scraps she thought were big enough to create outfit for the dolls with. Soon they had the kids fed and put down, and they busied themselves with sewing tiny dresses until my father came home, lugging behind him a small tree. The reason he was late was that he had the chance to work for a friend at a Christmas tree lot, and this one was left over, and the friend let him have it and paid him a whopping 50 cents to boot. You can say coincident and folks being kind all you want, my mom would say, when telling this story, but you tell me what kind of man could possibly know that I had kids and leave no prints in the snow, except for a Christmas spirit. Not a cool story?
That's a really cool story, actually.
Yeah, it's hard to understand how hard life would have been back then, but how little people. Well, of course, the cost of living was a lot different too. I mean, my God, if you had $100 in a month, you'd be renting a mansion, and nowadays,
yeah,
you couldn't even rent a cupboard for that long.
True.
So it's so sad, but it's pretty amazing that at the time of need, that it came together so well. I love those kind of stories, and I don't have one that's that amazing, but it's one of those stories that, I don't know, things come together like they're supposed to or like they can, and they're these beautiful moments. And mine was just more of a happenstance, but the story and it was back a while ago, but I was really broke, and it was my significant other's birthday. And I didn't know. I mean, I knew that she liked to go to the casino and eat the crab legs and stuff. And so this is, years ago, but But I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can afford it. I got all these bills and stuff. What do I do? And I thought, you know what? Screw it. We're going to do this. We're going to do this because it should be done and it's the right thing to do. And my God will let tomorrow worry for itself. And I just happened to have had a lottery ticket in my pocket. And I said, I should just get this checked. So I was getting gas and getting ready to go and go to the to the casino for the feed. And wouldn't you know it, the lottery ticket that I had, I won $100. And it was just like I had just decided, nope, we're going to do it. We're going to go. This is it. And just then I won enough money to pay for that and a little bit more. So it was like, wow, how cool is that?
See, that's just serendipitous. And
right.
with the story we just read, it's like, let's say that maybe, let's just say she was mistaken. It was just an actual person and all that. I mean, even still, she got that at the right time, exactly when she needed it for the right reasons.
Right.
So in any case, it was still serendipitous, and something that serendipitous, I think there's a reason behind it. And there's something more to it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just, it's for whatever reason, you just know. What I always figure is that when you experience serendipity like that, like things just come together, boom, 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 you're on the right track. Like that's kind of the universe's way of saying, you know what, you're doing it okay. You're good. Everything's going to be right there. The stones will appear under your feet, so you won't have to walk in the water. And it's sure enough, it's, sometimes it's a quote unquote leap of faith, but I think that those things are incredibly powerful when they happen. And so I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed those stories. I really love those stories. And I think that they're great reminders and very appropriate for the season that, I know so many of us are just wound so tight right now, and it's hard to see things ever becoming the way that we once knew them to be ever again. But I think that those kind of stories kind of reinvigorate the spirit and go, you know what, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And once you take, oh, thank you, Cold Stairs. I appreciate that. Says, oh, I love them.
Okay.
I think that's once you take those steps and say, no, it's going to be fine. And you just march forward, you continue on your path, and maybe the universe will rise up and greet that and make sure that it's okay. And I don't mean to use words like universe as a condescending thing. I don't want to identify what the divine means to any of you out there. It means whatever it means. And so whatever term you give it or whatever definition you give it, it's not as important, but I think that we are guided. I love those stories too. Thank you, Tracy. I'm glad you did. And I think they're beautiful. Peace, bro. Aaron, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Ruger, it was cool to see you, brother. I saw your video on the montage from Blue Line Bigfoot. It was good to see you and the missus. Very cool. Because I've heard the voice. We've talked, but now I saw you. Now I know what you look like. But having had experience, it opened my mind to possibilities I never before contemplated. Yeah, I think that's the thing with all of this stuff, right? Is when you experience these things, it does. It reaffirms so much. This weekend's podcast that'll be coming out on Sunday for the Paranormal Portal, the podcast release, is about near-death experiences. And I just had a phenomenal discussion with Sergio Halabi, who is a guest that I talked to on another podcast about the religion of the Anunnaki, talking about the Anunnaki epochs kind of seeming to appear in other religions, the Abrahamic religions. And it was a great discussion when we talked about the NDEs as well. And those experiences, I think, are really reaffirming as well. Like, hey, life continues. Life continues. And so, I don't know. I think that we need those. Yeah, it was.
I mean, some experiences, it's hard to not say there's more to it, Sure. Like with near-death experiences, like some of those stories it's like literally by just slivers that they make it by. And it's, in my opinion, there's something more to it than just, it was close experiences, the chances lined up or something like that. There's more to it, I think.
Yeah, and specifically in the NDEs, they're talking about people that had clinically died, for
Oh,
minutes, several minutes, and up to like almost a half hour. And in one of the stories that Sergio was talking about, and though they were clinically dead, there was no brain activity, no activity of any kind, they still have these amazing tales of going to some place and being in this surrounded by love and these incredible experiences, sometimes seeing religious figures, sometimes seeing deceased relatives and being greeted by them, but then being encouraged to go back because it's not your time. But to
So
have
as
that,
far,
what?
I'm just curious if you don't mind.
Sure.
As far as like what science would say and what skeptics would say, like as far as they would say, oh, that's just random brain activity, you know, nothing really special there. It happens to everybody when they. Well, I mean, what would you say to that? Like, how would you even begin to maybe not argue it, but what would your response be at least?
Well, the first thing I would state is that there are several, and these are documented and very well researched and documented by psychologists or psychiatrists or whatever, where people have had near-death experiences floated above their body. They're absolutely clinically dead on the table and watching the events going on below them. And even like a doctor dropping tools and seeing where it went, and then being, you know, when they're revived, going, oh yeah, I saw you drop that scalpel and it went under here, and you're going to find it there. And sure enough, the doctor looks down and there it is. Or people able to go to other parts away from their body and see their loved ones huddled and what they're doing and what they're saying, and to be able to relate that back to them. So the idea some people have is it's this DMT dump. It's just a mechanism of a dying construct, and that it's just meant to make that peaceful and less stressful. But these people are coming back with these examples of things that they witnessed when either they were out of their body observing, you know, what's going on, or with them or with loved ones, or you know, coming back with stories of things they saw that there's no way they could have seen. In one case, and I don't want to give too much of it away because it's a really amazing discussion that we had, but Sergio talks about this woman who'd been blind her whole life, never had vision, never had sight. And he interviewed her, and she had a near-death experience. And she talked about seeing things for the first time and being able to explain what things looked like, and realizing that she suddenly had vision when in her physical body she never had. So.
Wow. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty compelling evidence to me, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Android, and Android says it again. There's many experiences of NDEs knowing that things happened around them when they were dead, like seeing a blue shoe on the roof of that hospital, and no way to know otherwise if that it was there. Yeah, great example.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say to that, is that, you know, yeah, there might be some part of that experience, possibly the tunnel of light, that might be the DMT dump. But after that, there's no explaining the things people have seen and experienced and taken back from those encounters. It's just incredible. And I would encourage any of you out there, if you've never looked into NDEs, do some research. There's some amazing stories out there, amazing experiences. And there was a time in my life when I was really kind of in this real questioning phase. Like, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong about all my ideas of spirituality? And what does that mean? Is this really it? Is this all it's about? And then I started researching this, and I dove head first. I'd studied everything I could get my hands on for years, reading books by Raymond Moody, Dr. Raymond Moody, and he did a lot of researching with children who had near-death experiences. And the takeaways from those was that the reason he wanted to study children is because adults, we have preconceived notions of what we're supposed to expect. And so we may have those imprinted on our experiences. But the amazing part was that these kids, little children, were coming back with the very same experiences and able to relate those, so that it reaffirms that it's not just something programmed into our psyche, that when we do have this DMT dump, this is what happens. So that's what we experience, and then it's the end. So very cool. I hope you guys will check it out. That'll be coming out on Sunday. I didn't mean to get it all the way out on that, but it's just those things that remind us that this isn't all there is. And as hard and as painful as this world is, there's so much more. There's so much more going on. So I just think...
Rachel Gets It Right says, the one actor from Twin Peaks, the series, the one-armed man, had a horrible car accident. He floated above his body at the car wreck. That's how he lost his arm.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's pretty wild.
Cold Stairs says, there's a guy whose name I can't remember that interviewed many people that had near-death experiences. Many told of the tunnel of light. He said many also told of demons and shadows attack.
Sure, and we talk about that a little bit in the podcast as well, so definitely check that out. Tell me what you think. And something we could do YouTube shows on as well, but this is at least for the podcast, this will be coming up on Sunday. And if you're not familiar with our podcast, ladies and gentlemen, it's not this. This is not the podcast. These are two very different shows covering very different stuff. This is more of a variety show, and the podcast is more of a topical discussion or interview with somebody who has had experiences. So very different. I want to do something right away here. I think we're going to give away a coffee mug. Who would like to get something free?
Yeah, who likes free stuff? Raise your hand.
If you have a hankering for a brand new Paranormal Portal coffee mug, then I suggest you get ready, because we're going to give one away. And the way we're going to do that is you should be the third caller on our phone line. If you're caller number 3, you're going to be the recipient of a brand new Paranormal Portal mug that will be delivered to you. So caller number 3, 720-923-0500. Again, 720-923-0500. So if you want a coffee mug, give me a call. That's the first of our giveaways tonight. If you've ever won something on the show before, please don't call in though. But if you haven't, and this, anybody that wants to call in, if you're a mod, that's fine. This is one of the ways we can, give something back to you guys for all your work. But again, 720-923-0500. All right. So far, there's no calls on the line. So, this might take a while. I'll just keep watching here, and we'll see. 720-923-0500 is the number. There's caller 1, just came in. All right, waiting for caller 2. Number 1, first call is already in. If I don't get something pretty soon, it's going to go to the first caller. I love this participation. Caller number 3, 720-923-0. There's caller number 2. Came in. All right, one more. Whoever calls next, you get a coffee mug.
Literally free. It's all yours.
It's all yours. All yours. Caller
Who
1,
doesn't
caller
want a
2.
free coffee mug? Come on.
All right. We just got a couple seconds left. If you want a chance at the coffee mug, you gotta call in. All right, caller number 3, waiting on you. You're going to be the next caller. I still got nobody. Come on. Oh, there it came. We got one. And this is area code 304. Who are we talking to?
Corey.
Corey, how you doing, brother?
Corey.
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
I can't believe I got through.
You did, yeah. I'm glad you did get through.
Unbelievable.
We were waiting.
I'm not the only one watching, am I?
I'm sorry, way. Corey. We got a bad connection here. It looks like we're going to lose you. No, fantastic.
I'll take away that thumbs up.
Yeah, it's okay. I understand. We'll keep the thumbs up. You still want a mug. I appreciate
love
it.
You.
Yeah, I love you too, man. And please just, if you would, please email me, Corey, at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. Paranormalportalradio, all one word, @gmail.com. And give me your mailing address, and I will get that ordered and sent out to you, brother.
Wow, cool. I don't even have to answer anything or what?
Oh, you want to do a quiz?
No.
Well, okay, what year was the Bluff Creek sighting of Patty recorded by Bob Gimlin and Roger Patterson?
Oh my God.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
All right, no.
Let's go with 79.
60. 60.
Oh my God.
Close enough. All
Close
right.
enough. You are a winner. Woo!
Definitely.
All right, brother. You want a mug, so I really
Cool.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. But email me if you would, please.
I will.
All right.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All Thank you for listening, brother.
Thank
we'll talk to you
you.
soon. All right, guys, we're going to go to our
Have a
break.
good Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
We'll be right back with more giveaways and the Paranormal Portal.
Deception.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're in the last half hour. Wow. How in the hell has it gone so fast? And special,
it's like we're going through a portal in time.
It's just like a portal, isn't it? It's just
Yes,
like
yes.
that. Funny I named this that. It is a time anomaly for sure. Good to see you, Bomber. Thanks for stopping in. It's been a while. We missed you, but good to have you back. And good to have all of you guys here. Hope you're all doing wonderful, and thank you for spending your holiday weekend right here with us on the portal, because that's how we roll. And we've got more things that we want to do here on the night in this fine of evenings. Let me just pull up my stuff. Pull up this stuff. I wanted to go through more of these stories of angels and demons. I got angel and demon encounters, and we're almost through it. Yeah, this one was done. Okay, so there's just a couple more on this list, and this is coming from ranker.com. This is a list called Angel and Demon Encounters. And, I kind of pulled this up because it was more angelic stuff than demonic, but at any rate, let's have a look at what is going on this list. We have a few things to reveal here. Number 8 is the one that we're on, and this is Doppelganger Angel. A lot of these are really small, and these are aggregated from Reddit. So this first one that we're going to cover tonight is from Eric MPS, number 8 on our list. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sight of an angel, but it had the same facial features as I have. I believe that I caught him off guard because he turned his head quickly and had a look on his face of surprise. The next thing I can explain that happened was a bright light burst from him, and he vanished. Wow, it looked just like you. Wow, that'd be a little creepy, wouldn't it?
It's like the future spirit of himself.
Ooh, that's kind of a profound thought. Could it be? Could it be a future spirit of himself? That's a good takeaway, actually. That is a pretty good idea. Huh.
If time is relative and an illusion, then I could see that being a thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. It could be. All right. I don't know. That's just very strange. You'd think they'd have their own face, but maybe not. Maybe they just appear however they want to. And for some reason, he chose the wrong face because that's the guy's face. It's like, dog, I'll look like this.
Oh, no.
Dope. I meant a different one. But anyway, let's go to the next one. This one's a growling demon. Ew, that doesn't sound good. It says from a former Redditor, so we don't know who submitted this. This one semester, a few people in my student group, including myself, within a month, all saw, heard, experienced something I'd call demonic. We only really found out we all did that at the same time a few months or weeks later. I forget. Basically, one of my friends woke up to growling noises. Another went into his bedroom and saw 2 red eyes looking at him from a window, then gone. I was woken up to the strange noises in my room, and when I got up to see what it was, something punted my chest, held my neck down, and then disappeared. What the hell what is punting the chest? Like slamming you in the chest?
I don't
know.
Like it felt like a kick in the chest, like you punting a ball type of thing.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a good takeaway. Wow, that'd be horrible. It also happened a second time, and that time it decided to punch me in the face rather than choke me and then disappear again. Maybe it needed a therapist.
Wow. It needed one of those what is the aggressive therapist from earlier.
Yeah.
Aggression therapist, yeah.
Turns out this is the guy that started the business. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this was his idea. Yeah.
Wow, inspiration. I didn't see what it was, though my mind had a field day trying to. My friend who saw something didn't hear anything, and my friend who heard something didn't see anything. It was one of the strangest events I'd ever experienced. Up until that point, I discounted demonic things as pretty petty ignorance of ancient people, but now I'm not so sure. These events... Geez, hear the Nubis? He's just yelling. He hasn't been able to go outside. He hasn't been able to go outside, so he's a little salty. It's too snowy. No. He disappears when he goes outside into a fluff of white. These events took place within, I would imagine, a month, not all on the same night, so much as I know. Wow, that's creepy. It's kind of interesting that everybody had a different experience. Some saw, some heard, and one felt. So it's like, are those different sensitivities exhibited by each of them? You know, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairescience. I don't know. It could be different examples of the clairs, as it were.
That demon doesn't sound as much scary as it is annoying.
Well,
like hearing growling and then getting hit over and over again. It's like, oh my God, let's stop.
It's like a big brother demon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my toy. Yeah. I don't know. Very weird. Very strange. Here's a black dog demon. Got 2 demons in a row. What is this? From Redditor, Rose of Amber. I'm pretty sure I've seen a demon. My mom wasn't a very nice person when we were growing up and is doing much better now, but I'm convinced we had something attached to our house we had when growing up. My parents have since moved. The demon I saw manifested as a large black dog-shaped thing that looked lizard-like with red eyes. I saw this several times as a young teen. Personally, I think it was feeding off the anger in the house. Very good assessment, yeah. Anger has a kind of power to it when you use it to control other people, and demons like to feed off it and use you to cause strife if they can. Demons don't have any real power unless you allow it, which my mom and I have done in the past. We no longer have any issues. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I think there is something to that. There's the idea that these negative entities require that energy, and so they try to create fear and create anger and create the darkness because that's what they subsist on. And of course, everybody's been angry, and you feel that waves of anger when you're really pissed, and you can just feel it radiating off you, and you feel like when I get really mad, I get hot. Like I just literally start pulsing with heat. And I can feel that, and I, it's got to be a strong energetic thing, but, I think that's what they rely on because I believe they're lower vibrational things. I don't think they're a higher vibrating entity, so they require that real, what's the word I'm looking for? That real base level kind of energy. Because they can't absorb maybe the higher level energies like love and happiness and joy and those things that really make you radiate and connect. So I think they require those base emotional energies because that's more akin to what they are as an energetic being. But I could be wrong. Anybody's guess, of course, but that's my takeaway.
I mean, it's kind of like that saying, if you are what you eat. So if you eat hate and you live off of hate.
I can't. I gotta leave that all the way alone. Explain. Some people have known.
Oh no!
If you are what you eat.
Well, because I'm done.
That makes me Chinese buffet.
I wasn't even trying to be funny, but that is actually kind of funny.
What's up, Domino's?
Oh my God.
Sorry, it's just too easy. It's too easy. Oh my God. Aggravated. You can't talk like that in my room. Stop it now.
No.
Okay. Keep it family friendly as always, please. That's not the direction we're going here. This isn't the paranormal porn. It's the paranormal portal. Just to clarify that.
It's okay. It's all good. It's hidden.
It's hidden. It's taken away.
Yeah, no worries. Though,
but please keep it family friendly. All right. So that might be another channel, but not today.
No,
right.
it's okay. Don't worry.
No, yeah, don't worry. It got caught, so no harm, no foul. Number 11, cartoon form demon. We're getting a lot of the dark things here, but cartoon form, that's interesting. From Redditor Just Peachy 13. When I was young, I first saw a demon. My sister's room was down the end of a hallway, and I fell asleep on the couch in the living room. I could see clearly down the hall from this view. I woke up in the night and saw my sister standing in her doorway, and I said, "Hey, sis, you okay?" Then, with a sickening in my stomach, I realized my sister wasn't home that night. She was at a friend's. Well, I went back to sleep. God, really? After that, you went, I'm just going to go back to sleep. Okay. A year or so later, I was asleep in my bed and I saw a demon next to my bed. It was a dream demon. What? So he was in cartoon form. I cried out to Jesus and commanded him to leave, and I woke up suddenly to a figure ducking out of my doorway. No one in my home was that size, so I knew it was evil. What does that mean?
Well, it doesn't automatically mean it was evil.
It was far too short to be my family, so it was evil.
Far too short to be an angel.
Oh, except one of those diaper ones, maybe, but no. Jeez.
Cold Stairs says, I have wondered when we lose our temper if the body chemistry changes and allow them to influence our mood to benefit them. That's
a very good point. I would say that perhaps, if anything, maybe it weakens the aura, weakens the natural shield. I think if these things if they do just vibrate at an anger and a hate, and with that malevolence, then perhaps the counter to that would be to be loving and peaceful and radiating warmth and kindness. And maybe that's bad for them. Maybe they can't be around it. And that's why faith is such a big part of casting out demons, is because it makes you strong. It makes you connected. It makes you radiate with an energy of the universe, of the cosmos. And so perhaps that higher energy like that pushes them away. And I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's religion. I think religion is powerful. But I don't think it matters which religion personally, but that's just me. And I could be absolutely wrong, so please don't anybody take umbrance with that and get indignant, because it's not my aim to ever put down somebody's belief system. But I just think that the things that make you strong and warm and connected, I think, are incredibly powerful. The things that make you feel like, usually anger is a result of feeling vulnerable or hurt or wounded, because you've given that a power. And I'm not saying being angry is weakness. I'm not ever going to say that, because of course it's not. It's a natural part of our experience. But I don't know. I think there's something to what you're saying, though. I think you're on the right path.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like a wise green old man once said. Sadness leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Thanks, Yoda. It's actually true, though. There's a lot of great wisdoms that were given in our pop culture. That's a beautiful Yoda-ism.
Sorry, it's fear.
Sure.
Okay,
I need to take a drink, and then we're going to read The Consoling Angel.
Aha.
Number 12, Warm Consoling Angel from Moonchild 2. Or 02. I used to live in a haunted house, so there was a lot of spiritual activity there. I'm an empath, which means I sense these things that others don't know are there. I can feel what others are feeling, e.g. if someone near me is in pain, I'm in pain too. So I've had a lot of experiences with the spiritual / supernatural / paranormal / whatever you want to call it. Angels. I've sensed them or heard them more than seen. I've seen the sword of St. Michael in the form of blue lightning in my room, clear skies, no rain, middle of the summer. It was when a demon was frightening me and I had asked for help from God, Mother Mary, and St. Michael. I've felt hands touching me, trying to console me, but it always freaks me out, and I sometimes hear them when I'm asking them to pray for me. And once I was watching Supernatural, and the episode was about how St. Raphael had turned bad and was trying to kill people. I had recently stopped watching the show because it seemed to be all of a sudden making fun of my faith, but a friend of mine said it was a really great episode. All of a sudden I saw the real St. Raphael in front of me next to the television, crying. I knew then that I couldn't ever watch that show again. Well, this is one of those stories that's, I don't know. I believe, there are lots of empaths, and what this person says about empathy is absolutely true, that empaths do experience other people's pain. They do experience the joy. They experience all of it. It's like being a weather vane to people's emotions around you. I do imagine that it makes you more sensitive for spiritual presences. I don't necessarily, subscribe to everything this person has said, but at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't matter. This is their belief, and very cool. Very cool.
Also, Supernatural's a pretty good show.
It is a good show, and I think anybody that takes anything that you watch on TV, that literally, you probably need to really evaluate what you're doing, because it's an entertainment. It's an entertainment. There's, you can't use iron to ward off ghosts. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
I think that it could work for the Fae, allegedly, at least in legend. Iron is a great way to ward away the Fae, but if you're getting your spiritual recipe book from Supernatural, you're probably not looking in the right place. But it's a fun show. I like Supernatural. I watched all of them, and I had a great time, but it's just entertainment. So, all right, folks, we are down to 10 minutes of the show left. And in that 10 minutes, I want to give away something more. Something more. Let me look here on the... all right, let me look what we got offered here. I know that we're going to give away a T-shirt, and good idea. We may give away 2 of those, but let me look and see what we got here. Okay, I think we're going to give away a T-shirt at this point, and it'll be a dealer's choice which T-shirt it is. But if you'd like to have a Paranormal Portal T-shirt and you're caller number 2, then please call in, because you could win a Paranormal Portal T-shirt if you're caller 2. So again, 720-923-0500. 720-923-0500 if you'd like to take home sometime after the holiday season, when I can get it to you, a Paranormal Portal T-shirt. So again, 720-923-0500.
Caller 2, let's go.
Caller number 2. I don't even have a caller 1 yet, so it could come in a burst. It could come in moments, but if we can give this one away, then I might give away a second one as well to a different number caller. So don't think that you've lost it. There's caller 1 just called in. And do we have a caller 2? Come
on, free shirt.
Free shirt. Just think, one for the ages, Paranormal Portal. You could be wearing the coolest logo in all of podcast and YouTube land. I'm just saying. I'm a little biased, but it's my opinion.
Yeah, it's a correct opinion. It's okay.
Is there a caller number 2? Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, hold on. Is there a call 2? No, we still have call 1. Just call 1? Really? All right. If somebody doesn't call in 5 seconds, I'm giving it to caller number 1, because I can't wait for you guys to call phones. I don't do this often, but this is a show. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. All right, you know what? You got lucky because you're caller 1, but you won the T-shirt. Who is this?
I won?
Is that you?
Yes.
You freaking mutant. What are you doing? Oh, you suck. You didn't win nothing.
Okay.
I'm hanging up on you. All right, next caller. If you call in, you could win a T-shirt. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. The only one that called in is my co-host. What the hell's wrong? Jeez. Oh my God.
To remedy this, we could do what we did last time. We can do a quiz, and the first one to get it right gets it. All they have to do is email you.
No, they just got to. Well, if in that case, there's the call. It just came in now.
Aha!
There's the call. Let's see who it is. This is area code 417. You're on the air, and you just won a T-shirt.
Really?
You did.
Really? I just won a T-shirt because
Mr.
Sheldon is playing games.
You just won because my son's a dick.
Thanks, Sheldon. Appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, it's all yours, man.
Ruger, I want you to email me, brother. Okay.
All right, man.
Email me. Give me your shirt size, and I'll get you one sent out as soon as I can, brother.
Cool. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Ruger. Great hearing from you.
Later.
That's Ruger.
See ya. That's cool. You suck though, Sheldon. I just wanted for the record. I just want to make that for the record. I'm gonna try something here because we might have something else going on here. Let me do this. Let me do. Let's see. I don't know if this will work. I'll try because we can try. I'm gonna see if he'll answer. I'm trying to reach out, folks. We got just minutes of the show left, but this would be a great way to close our holiday show. If that could happen. We'll see, though. I'm just reaching out, just trying, because I had a missed call just a second ago. And I don't know. It doesn't look like there's going to be an answer, though.
Come on, Wes.
Hey, what are you doing? You're not supposed to give it away.
You're putting it up on screen. Everyone can see it.
Oh, I can't. No kidding. Damn it.
Yeah.
How does that work? Oh, because it's on there. Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to reach out.
Yeah, that's your fault. Yeah.
Skype. Yeah, that it was stupid. Okay. All right. Jesus. Such a bucket case here. I just want to go back to bed now. I'm tired. The only caller to the show on my giveaway is my son.
Hey, I almost won.
You almost won. You're right. You almost won. Just trying. All right. Well, I tried to get a hold of Mr. West because he said he might pop on, but he did call. I couldn't answer it because I was in the middle of doing the regular show stuff, but I'm sure he wanted to tell everybody Merry Christmas and very cool. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be it for the giveaways. That was really disappointing. What the hell? But that was funny. I got to admit, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pretty funny stuff. But anyway, I didn't know I had it on the screen. That's funny. Okay. So
you did. That's hilarious.
I know. What do you do? What do you do? But anyway, what should we do for the last few minutes of the show? What are you thumbing up for, you dick?
Ruger Rich said, thanks, Sheldon.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I got him a free shirt.
I can't believe you did that. That's so funny. It was good humor. Good job. That was a good laugh. That's welcome to my family, folks. You're now a part of it. So
one of a kind.
I didn't think it'd be that hard to give away a shirt. I didn't ever imagine that. Wow. Right.
Everybody stocked up on shirts, I guess.
I guess they got enough shirts mixed. It's not like you're getting underwear for Christmas or something. You're getting a shirt from the Paranormal Portal. But we can call him with Skype. No, you can't. You can't call him with Skype. I can call someone on Skype if I have the connection, but no, the call-in number is a telephone number. So the last 2 minutes, Brent chasing Sheldon around the studio. Yeah, with the Benny Hill theme. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. After the show, I'm getting chased around. Yeah,
I know, and I'm slapping you on the head like. If you watch Benny Hill, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know, but anyway, I already won a stick before. Time for someone else to win. I appreciate that, Andrew. Appreciate it, of course. Yeah, I know, Bomber. We kind of need some information there first. It's hard to give you a shirt that I don't know where to give it to. So email me. You can email me at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. Ruger, email me, as well as Corey, who called in earlier with the mug. What do we got for time? I got to look at the clock here because it's the show is waning. We have
like a minute left.
Oh, really? Yeah, we really actually do. We got like a minute left, folks. So I guess I just can remind you, I don't know if Paisley is coming on with her show tonight or not. I will say that this is the last show we're going to do until Wednesday for the Paranormal Portal live shows, unless something comes up tomorrow night and I'm just sitting around going, you know what, I want to get together with you guys. It may happen. I've been known to do that in the past, but I'm not scheduling a live show here for Skype. So if we call in, or if I decide to do the show, just be and you're sitting around not doing nothing, then join me. But other than that, we'll be back on Wednesday night. Again, Don sends his apologies. He couldn't be here tonight, but of course, he's got a whole truckload of snow to move. And I just want to wish you all, and first of all, say to thank you all. You guys are all amazing. You've made this show what it is. You keep bringing so much to the table with your constant support, your constant encouragement, your constant work on behalf of spreading the news of the show. I really appreciate that, all of you. And my giveaways today were just a way to say thanks to all of you that usually show up, hang out in the audience, and are part of the show in the chat. So just know we love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, whatever that means to you, that you have a wonderful celebration. And take care of each other. We love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. Take care. Good night, guys.